Let me start by asking this. Have you ever had a friend, a family member, or somebody that you've worked with have ADHD? According to the American Psychiatric Association, or the APA, it is estimated that around 5% of children and 2.5% of adults worldwide have been diagnosed with ADHD. Now keep in mind, this does not include those who are undiagnosed or have not been tested. When I asked my peers in an anonymous survey what words came to mind when they thought of ADHD, some words mentioned were unfocused, distractive, impulsive, disruptive, or scattered. Under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or the IDEA Act, ADHD is stated and defined as a disability. What this means is that individuals with ADHD can also qualify for accommodations under the ADA in Section 504 if their ADHD impacts a major life function, such as learning. Now, there are 3 different types of ADHD. There's hyperactive, inattentive, and combined. Each of these has their own set of symptoms or expresses themselves in many different ways. This can range from people having inattentive ADHD, getting really distracted or unfocused, to people with hyperactive ADHD being very loud and energetic, to people with combined ADHD having a combination of all of those symptoms. Now, my goal today isn't to minimize a very real disability. Having ADHD can indeed open yourself up to difficulties with executive functioning, meaning that the tasks necessary for your life functioning, like time management, organization, emotional regulation, and planning, become very difficult to do. Now, this can be proven through studies that show that people with ADHD have irregular activities in several regions of the brain involved in motor, cognitive, and emotional regulation. Now, today, my goal is to challenge your perception of ADHD. ADHD is my superpower. It is a superpower that, when harnessed, can lead to innovation, creativity, and success. Over the years, as I have come to learn and use my very own superpower, a constant thought comes to mind. What if everyone recognized and embraced their very own superpower? There is a very real and very untapped potential in people with ADHD. A mind that operates differently. Simply put, ADHD literally causes the brain to operate differently than the regular person. One example of this is with dopamine. 2 out of the 4 dopamine pathways are thought to be affected in people with ADHD. Both the mesolimbic pathway and the mesocortical pathway are disruptive, impairing cognitive and motivational functions. People with ADHD have a very large number of dopamine transporters, and this leads to a very decreased amount of dopamine within the brain. And this decreased amount of dopamine within the brain causes there to be a difference in not only motivation, but attention, memory, regulation, and many more. Individuals with ADHD often have a heightened capacity for divergent thinking, allowing them to not only think differently and make unnoticed or unexpected connections, but also to link similarities between different ideas. This creativity is a superpower that can foster both innovation and outside-the-box thinking. A very keen observation. People living with ADHD may be highly observant and notice details that others can easily overlook. Attention to this detail can be valuable in various careers, including the arts and sciences. While ADHD is often thought as the inability to focus, individuals with ADHD have the ability to hyper-focus on tasks that particularly interest them. When completing tasks that they have a particular passion for, like productivity, can increase to extraordinary levels. This laser-like focus can lead to the completion of several and many different tasks in a very short time frame, with an efficiency equal to almost normal. For example, when doing tasks that I feel particularly passionate about, like math or biology, I can get done with all of my work I need to in such a short time frame. When I do my homework for classes that I love, it takes me half the time it takes for my peers to complete. This hyperfocus is a superpower of ADHD that brings efficiency and success. Living with ADHD requires you to adapt to life in which you have many different moving pieces. The ability to adapt fosters resilience and teaches you how to navigate the unpredictable with flexibility. With ADHD, when you hit those roadblocks or hurdles in your path to success, you learn tools that can bring you back up stronger. ADHD or not, the ability to come back stronger when you are set back is a superpower that needs to be harnessed. Another benefit of navigating life with ADHD is that you learn the value of self-advocacy. When you start to navigate a life with ADHD, you learn the importance of your very own personal needs. Whether it be a schedule or a structured routine or a strategy to manage your ADHD, You become more in tune with what you need to succeed. Granted, this does not make it easier, but it allows you to focus and reflect. Self-advocacy becomes very important because you need to tell others exactly what you need to thrive. Between your family members, your teachers, your friends, or even your bosses, you learn that self-advocacy is important and a superpower. Now let us reframe our perspective regarding ADHD. Rather than focusing on the challenges that come with it, let us recognize and celebrate the superpowers that accompany it. Creativity, keen observation, hyperfocus, adaptability, and many, many more. By embracing our neurodivergent selves, we can unlock a world full of potential with creativity, innovation, resilience, and success. Granted, it is frustrating at times. Yes, you will eventually lose your keys. Yes, you will occasionally arrive late to meetings. Yes, you will forget to call your grandma back 5 days in a row. Yes, you will always be known for tapping your feet when you get bored. And yes, you will lose an interest in a hobby at the very same time that you buy all of the stuff for it. You may think you're broken. That's what I thought when I was diagnosed. I thought that because I was different. My brain worked different. I was broken. But no, I'm literally built differently. I've been given a superpower in disguise. And I wish that somebody had told me that when I was younger and had just become diagnosed. If you have ADHD, recognize and embrace your superpower. And while it is frustrating or even angering at times, it is a gift that once harnessed can lead to amazing things in life and the lives of others. ADHD is not just a disability. It is a superpower that is just waiting to be harnessed. My brain is different, and that's okay. Thank you.